my stories about how I sleep with sounds on.
Yeah, apparently.
But yeah, it's not necessarily music. It used to be music, but at some point I realized it just needed to be kind of like some sort of white noise to just put me to sleep. So I started listening to re-listening to episodes of podcasts.
Oh.
And I'd just be like, all right, it's just I'm hearing this conversation that I sort of know how it goes, but it's familiar voices, and that'll just put me to sleep.
Yeah, I can see that.
But recently I've started thinking that probably having headphones on my ears for 7 to 10 hours a day, every day, it's probably not good for my ears in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So I recently got these little speakers, these Bluetooth speakers that are in my pillowcase, and it just kind of puts sound through the pillow.
Oh, that's so cool!
And that's actually been working out for me all right. It's not as I originally bought it because I wanted it to be something I could travel with, and if I was in a hotel room with somebody, it wouldn't bother them. I think they're still a little too loud for maybe that. It would definitely, the person next to me would be hearing it, but it's been working for me at home pretty well.
Damn, nice. No, that's really cool. I've got a. Wow, Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah, they're like these little like $20 things that are just these little speakers. And it's like slip these in your pillowcase under your pillow. They're small enough that it won't you won't feel them. It won't make a hard thing under your head.
That sounds like something that I absolutely could not do with my husband around.
Yeah, exactly though. That's if you are sharing a bed with someone, it might be distracting for your partner. Is the drawback I have realized.
By the way, for those asking what the song is in the background, we actually it's if you go to YouTube and just put in lo-fi hip hop My Hero Academia, this will pop up. It's really just a mix that we found online. I should be giving credit.
We should probably be giving proper credit.
We should give proper credit. But you can find it on YouTube if you just look up My Hero Academia lo-fi hip hop. Also, and I'm only gonna say this at the very beginning here. For all of you guys who want to talk about DBZA, I'd rather not talk about that here. But of all of you guys who are saying thank you or are concerned about me personally or anybody else on the team, we're good.
Yeah.
We're fine. We're gonna do just fine. Yesterday we saw Birds of Prey, and it was a good time. And thank you all so much for being just wonderful. You guys, you guys are obviously still here for us to support us, and that means more than you know. You did. Okay.
I'm very happy about this.
We're doing something really silly this time, by the way, everybody. I want you to know that this is going to be a very different My Hero Academia review. So definitely be excited.
This one will be unique.
Yeah. We'll explain it after everything is set up proper, but I'm kind of excited about this one.
Took a little bit of extra setup and we started a little late, so apologies for the delay.
I apologize for nothing,
Okay.
except for the delay.
There you go. You heard it straight from the CEO's mouth.
No, they didn't.
You heard it gay from the CEO's mouth.
Actually, it's really funny because everybody who drives with me has had to learn to never say, "Okay, go straight at this light." It's go forward at this light because I will every time I will say, "I can't go straight."
I've been trying for years. It just doesn't work.
Oh please, I gave up on that years ago.
There was a phase.
Now, 1 second, I'm gonna get the preview monitor up.
Yep.
I was having trouble figuring out how to set it up with the
The studio mode.
studio mode. I couldn't remember, so I was like,
I'm set it back to the normal one.
Studio mode.
studio mode's super useful, but can make things a little.
Oh yo, ex Nickel.
Yo,
with
thank you
1,000
very
bits.
So I'm gonna put the camera live.
Do it.
Do it.
Camera's live.
Also, we still don't have a preview if we were
Now, 1
supposed
second,
to.
I'm gonna get
Okay.
this fixed.
Can you see us? Can the people see us?
What's the normal mode? Is it up there?
Nope.
Trying to turn off studio mode. Oh, you just clicked it again. Okay. All right. 1
Yeah,
second.
I think you inadvertently opened a browser over here,
Oh,
but,
well.
but it's no big deal.
That'll
There we
do
go.
it.
It's covered. Hey, they could see me waving my hands this whole time.
All right.
Wait. What's that down there?
Goodness.
I gotta start over because I haven't been paying attention because I've been setting this up. So, fun fact for everyone: I had a pretty busy weekend.
Yep. Pretty busy weekend.
Getting stuff set up.
Yep.
And so, as a result, I I haven't seen the episode at all. Let me fix the camera real quick. So I'm gonna be watching the episode while they summarize the episode.
Yep.
We're gonna be talking about the episode. Stefan's gonna be watching.
And
the
luckily,
episode.
I'll be able to look over every so often when I might
Be like, and then
possibly
what else
forget
happened?
anything.
Yeah. So I'm gonna officially start my watch now, and let's see how efficiently these fucks can summarize
Yeah.
the episode. Let's see if I finish it first.
Yeah, let's see if we outrun them.
So, episode 17 of season 4 of My Hero Academia
I'm on
opens
the
up.
Funimation logo.
Nobody. Okay. Shh. They can see. They can see it. They see.
And I'm letting you know.
Okay. So
There are
episode
children on screen right now.
17 starts with a bunch of children attacking our good old heroes with all of their might, and it's actually a pretty well animated scene.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was gonna
lie.
say that actually looked pretty good, and I liked the variety
Binging
of
balls.
powers that these kids had. Like I thought the kid who had just like mouth cannon or whatever
Binging
it was.
balls,
was
it just
really
said it.
good.
Yeah, binging balls and the tongue cannon.
Yeah,
Or is
tongue
it-
cannon,
It was,
that's
it
what
was
it is.
yeah, tongue
There's
gun
a
or
hula hoop girl, I want to say. But yeah, I thought the powers were really cool. And yeah, we're already going to kind of zoom ahead of where Stefan is. But I thought it was really neat when they started breaking down the concept, what was it, like the doomsday quirk singularity or something?
The idea that sooner or later they're going to be too strong to actually tongue cannon. That was it.
Yeah,
too
tongue
strong. Oh, thanks for the 1,500 bits.
Yo,
Act
thank
like
you.
Polly. To actually control.
Yeah.
Which I thought, wow, cool. So yeah, we're going to openly and immediately acknowledge that as time goes on, generations just take like their quirks get stronger.
Their quirks
and they
keep
combine.
combining to make more and more powerful quirks as generations go on. And just the one kid from the other high school is just like, yeah, and there's a prevailing theory that someday there will be a generation of quirks that are just too powerful for anyone to really control, and those people will have to be led by people otherwise, because we won't be able to stop them. They'll be too strong.
Yeah.
And like it's like that's terrifying, and I love it. It's the weird like Darwinism in extreme with quirks, where it's just like, yeah, the strongest survivors keep making stronger babies, and the other generation doesn't know what to do with them because they're too powerful.
Yep, and that's the really cool thing.
Song's on.
He's loving
Yeah.
the intro, man.
It's a good intro. It's a good intro, and I will fight anybody who doesn't like this fucking intro. They're wrong.
It's a very fun one.
Watching the kids go try and go toe to toe with our heroes, and our heroes realizing that breaking their spirit is not the thing that we need to do. What we need to do is give them a positive example of authority and power, so they can strive to be like that.
Yeah.
And to watch, obviously, Inasa, you know, that kind of comes naturally to him. But it's Kami, I think, that kind of actually connects the dots for them. By the way, Kami's ability here is really neat. It's
Yeah.
this illusion ability that's really cool.
I was confused at first because I was like, I thought it was Toga who had the turn into people power, so I was really confused. But then she's like, no, I have the power to make an illusion for like a minute or two.
I won't lie, for a moment there, I actually thought that was Todoroki, and I'm like, Todoroki, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, what are you?
And then, yeah, and as it turns out, because
I
we
need to see your pretty smile.
Yeah. And fucking Bakugo.
Just tries to mimic it and makes fun of it.
And it's so good. Watching Bakugo have a little bit of fun here,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not...
this is one of my favorite episodes for Bakugo, actually.
Yeah.
Like, he's good throughout this whole thing, because in the end, they kind of reveal that he was the one who goes like, no, these kids are looking down on us. They think they're better than us. And if we beat them, if they feel that way about us, that will break their spirit. You can't start improving yourself until you learn to respect others.
Yep.
And like, it was such a good, like, oh man, Bakugo has been paying attention to the stuff that's been happening to him and learning from his
That's called
life.
character development.
And it's so good, and it like just gave me such a good feeling as a longtime Bakugo stan to see him develop like that. I thought was really, really good.
Yeah, I think it's really important, because a lot of people like to bring up how terrible Bakugo was at the very beginning. And Bakugo was a piece of shit at the very beginning. But there's a reason I like characters who are shitty but get better.
But get the chance to grow and learn and get better.
It's important, because if you have nothing but good boys who get better, well, that's not so compelling. And it's also not very realistic.
Yeah.
But I'm actually personally a really big fan of how Bakugo acts in this episode, how they work together, and the idea of, again, making a better example for the next generation. Lead with strength, but also support.
Yeah.
Inspire them. Don't
break them.
Yeah, don't break them. And oh my god, yeah, the scene where they make the structure is really pretty. The Aurora Borealis from Kami, the ice slide, Inasa lifting them all up. But Bakugo doesn't get to use his powers here. Instead, he gets to, use
kind of be a teacher.
Yeah, he's actually a teacher here. He sits down. I don't even remember his fucking name.
The leader kid.
Yeah. Fucking.
I don't even know if they say it in this episode.
Yeah, the leader kid is immediately thrown off by the fact that these people aren't afraid of them, but they don't want to hurt them.
Yeah,
and they want to work with them. They want to. And the moment he starts getting put off his game, Bakugo grabs him and says, "What are you doing? Stop getting thrown off. Stop whining. Stop standing over here telling people what to do. Get in there."
Yeah, and he's like, "You're their leader. They're gonna look to you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to know how to work with this."
Yeah.
Recognizing the whole thing and giving him the spiel of like, you can't look down on these people. That's not gonna help.
Leaders don't say you go. Leaders say let's go. And so, Bakugo saying that. Bakugo being the voice of reason for this leader, when he says, "It's just a little bit of advice from your elders. Take it, kid."
Yeah, just like, doing his whole like, yeah, no, I've been spending my whole life looking down on people, and I've only recently learned how to look at them as peers and learn how I can improve from them.
And one of the most important things is that this kid sees that Bakugo is incapable of bullshitting.
Yeah,
like he is not capable of.
He means it. What he's saying, he means.
Yes. So when he tells him, it's Bakugo, someone who's definitely, obviously stronger and bigger than him, saying, "No, this is important. It matters." This was by the way, this was the important part of this whole.
When this happened, I turned around on this little mini arc immediately.
Which is why last episode was so
yeah,
frustrating.
Yeah, that last episode's frustrating because this part could have been the second half of that episode, and it would have been great, and I would have loved it, and it would have been a good episode.
So all that happens.
Yeah.
And they
right now they're on Rainbow Road.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. No, it looks real pretty.
It is Rainbow Road though, isn't it? It's Rainbow Road
Ice
mixed with the
Rainbow
ice
Road.
level, and I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is that what the subtitles look like on there?
Yeah.
It's ugly.
It's Hulu.
Yeah. So we get this whole segment. They get through to these kids.
Yeah.
They
and
reach
also,
these kids.
and an important shot is that we kind of shoot back to the audience, and we see Endeavor really staring at this and really looking at what's going on, and kind of drinking this in. Shut up, Stefan! It's your fault for not watching. And and kind of just has a what does it mean to be a hero kind of moment.
My son is already doing a better job than me.
Yeah.
Fuck. So he goes and actually in the scene after that
they expand on that. Yeah.
So Endeavor goes up to his son and says, "I'm proud of you." And Todoroki's about to write him off, and he's like, "Look,
I don't need your pride. Get away from me. I don't save it."
And for the first time in the entire series, Endeavor actually kind of shows remorse.
I would say it's he kind of realizes. I still don't think he's not quite making up for the years of abuse or anything.
No.
But he is realizing as a hero how he has failed. And how as a role model he has failed, because he's kind of realizing it's about more than just being the strongest guy or the guy who has saved the most people. It is about being someone that people look up to. And
this is sort of important because the entire the entire point of this whole remedial course was for them to learn how to be better heroes personally.
Yeah.
Interpersonally, not just how many people can I save and how badly can I beat up the villain,
and how cool are my powers.
Yeah, how can I lead society? Because heroes are more than in this. All right, heroes in this regard are more than just people who save the day. They're people who set examples and do the right thing. Yeah. So. And I really like the line Endeavor has where he's like, "I'm proud of you, and I want you to have a father you're proud of," and kind of he's like, I hope someday I can be that. Addressing I know I'm not yet, and I know
I have a lot to go through first.
Yeah.
But I want you to know that I want you to be proud of me like I'm proud of you. And like, again, I know Endeavor's a piece of shit. He's done a lot of horrible, heinous things. But I thought that was really good, and I really liked that. And I hope we get more of that. Because I like Endeavor being a piece of shit, but I would love for him to be a much more compelling character and seeing him grow out of that.
Yeah. And without spoiling too much, I think you will get some of that.
Like, I don't need him to do full face turn, be great guy all the time, but I want it to be a realistic struggle from point A to B.
Yeah.
But I like that. I feel like we're already starting to see those steps begin.
Yeah. And so yeah, we get this whole remedial course, and it's like the first half of the episode, which it just really nails home.
And it was
how bad
really good.
Yeah. Now the second half. I remember reading this part, and my mind was fucking racing.
My Hero has not gotten like genuine laughs out of me. I think possibly this whole series. This was the first time that I like actually at the stuff that was going on, just because it was so unexpected. Works with a character who I feel like has been like wasted potential since he showed up. And then in a weird way made it really endearing and made me like, I have no idea where things are going, but it makes me really hope we get more from this guy.
I cannot get over the shot of where, fucking, the horror.
Yes,
like, they play
it like a horror sequence, 100%. And it's so good.
I just want to note, no, you guys have moved on, but you missed a bit where Cammy tells Waka, "You're pretty cool if you just shut up." You should
shut up more often.
Yeah, actually, that is splendid.
And they do also mention that, hey, since stuff happened to Kami, we're realizing the league could be more dangerous for more schools than just UA. So we're probably going to do more joint stuff in the future and have a more open, shared information about what the league is up to and what we're up to keep each other safe.
And that's good.
So
yeah,
hints that we might see Inasa and Ko more.
I love Inasa.
Good excuse to have as many characters.
And Inasa also has a good character moment with Endeavor, where he's like trying to get over his hatred for him and punches himself in the face.
Just punches
and
himself.
goes, "Hello, Endeavor," something respectable about him, just compliments him. And Endeavor's like, "Thank you, you're bleeding a lot." I thought was a very, very good response.
I think part of him acknowledging that he's bleeding, I think that's like. It's funny, but I'm wondering if that's also supposed to be written sort of like...
I'm looking at you.
I'm acknowledging that this was difficult for you to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting. So...
But yeah, I really like that stuff. But yes, and then we move on to the next part, which opens with the heroes kind of... Is this... No, it's not this part yet. It's...
By the way, avoid the chat right now.
Okay.
In fact, that last thing, maybe delete that last thing. It goes a little bit too in-depth.
Gotcha.
But yeah. You were saying?
But the next sequence when they're at lunch, or...
I can't... Oh, right, yeah. So, they're having... so, poor Midoriya is having a little bit of a struggle with keeping up in class, but then again, so is everybody else. Mm-hmm. And Yayorozu, being Yayorozu, is like, gets it, she's great.
That's right, yeah.
Continues just being amazing. And everybody's like...
Sorry, someone's pointing out something that I know this part of the story. Like, someone pointed out that the scene with him creeping in the window was a cliffhanger in the manga.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So people like, what, is he
don't worry.
a traitor?
Yeah,
I was going to touch on that.
That was my thought, as that was
sat
happening.
on that for a week in the
I would have totally... That would have been... that would have been a good place to end the episode, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because that would have had me going like, holy shit, we've known there was a mole and Aoyama's been here and we don't really know shit about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Yayorozu's got it, and everyone's going to go to lunch, and of course, here comes Aoyama like, don't worry, I've got some lunch for you.
I brought cheese!
Did you guys talk about this?
Oh,
yeah, Night Eye's funeral.
Yeah, Night Eye's funeral happens. It's basically given...
It looks sad.
It's a little montage.
Yeah, it's very quick. I'm not going to blow it off or anything, but it's also
where
just...
they talk about Aries' horn shrinking?
Yeah, and Aerie, her horn. Yeah, her horn.
Still can't have visitors, but the horn seems to be going down as she loses her fever.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Also, I'm not going to lie. I would definitely eat lunch with Aoyama. In fact, I would probably slip him a 20, be like, "Yo,
Bring this stuff to me.
yeah, I would totally love to do lunch with you, dude.
Yeah.
If I were in that school, I'd be like, hook me up with some of that steak, bro."
But and
Which
during
also, I
this-
want to know what he's drinking.
Yeah, that looks like wine, but you're a student.
Yep.
But the
Probably ginger ale.
the narration here, I think, is really unsettling because it's just like Aoyama kind of shows up and Deku just goes, and from that day, something strange started happening, and it's like puts them like really close together, and I was like, oh man, is Deku gay? Is he gonna come out for Aoyama? What's
Actually,
going on
I
here?
have a theory on that one.
Okay, yeah.
But we can touch on that.
Okay.
But yeah, so here we see, so after that scene, in the middle of the night, as Midori is talking about Aoyama, he shows up outside of his window, just staring in at him. And my favorite part is that you have Deku laying there with his eyes closed, and then slowly he starts to freak out, opens his eyes, and he saw Aoyama there, and is trying not to act like he saw him, but he saw him. He saw Aoyama creeping outside his fucking window, looking inside, and he starts freaking the fuck out. Why? What
is he
What the
doing?
fuck?
Should I check? Why would he use the balcony? We're rooming right next to each other. He could have used the hallway. Why would he do this?
So he goes up, looks outside the window, and on the ground, cheese.
But it spells out, I know. And like, I at this point I was starting to be like, oh man, he is like, he's gonna be the mole. He knows too much. Something. And the next day it's like gym class, right? And they're basically being told like, hey, all right, work on your super moves. Have independent study, work on those. Like that's what your class today. And Aoyama gets Midoriya's attention, kinda, and it's just like, check out how my laser works. Look at this, and it looks like he writes something into the rock, but we never really get to see it.
I'm actually, you kind of get to see it, but I'm not exactly sure what he wrote there. I think it might have been in French. I'll definitely need to check that out.
Yeah, I was hoping it was gonna be like another message, and he was gonna be like, check this out, and then walk away. But this overusing his tummy laser makes him feel sick.
Sorry, he's on the scene.
The music is really selling.
No, it's so good. Like they did it really well.
This episode looks way better than last
Yes.
too as well.
I have not been paying much attention to that kind of stuff or really taking note of it, but I thought this week's episode looked good.
Oh, by the way, in French,
direction.
it is still waters run deep.
Oh, okay. But he's like, my tummy hurts. I used my laser too much. That's the problem. So Deku's like, hey, I'm gonna walk him out for a second because he's not feeling well. He's like, all right, we're alone. This is when I gotta bring it up. He's like, you said I know. What was? Hey, there was some cheese on the balcony, and I know it was your cheese. What was that about? And he's like,
I know that your body's not suited for your body isn't suited for your power.
And when he said that, I got so psyched because I hadn't even thought about that connection about how he's like, anytime I use my laser, it hurts me. Like how every time you use your power, it hurts you.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my god. Did someone force this quirk onto Aoyama? Is he gonna have like a tragic backstory about how like he was some experiment for quirks? And I was like getting so psyched for him to have this deep background, and he's just like, but nah, Doc, it's just we got this thing in common, and like I don't talk to people very much, and I think we could be friends. And I'm like, this is just a nice little thing. I was getting really pumped for this to be like a new arc for Aoyama, and I was so excited. But I'm getting the feeling that it's just like and now we're kind of friends.
Yeah.
Which is still good, and that's heartwarming.
Yeah, and also I'm not going to say it's definitely an allegory for anything, but Aoyama's always been a little flamboyant.
Yeah.
And he's always kind of been the character that stands out with his flamboyancy.
Mm-hmm.
And as it turns out, there's something about him that separates him from the rest of the class, and he finds something like that in somebody else and makes friends.
And it's just immediately like, hey, we're kind of a kindred spirit with this.
I'm not saying it's an allegory, but it definitely feels like a soft metaphor.
Yeah, at least brushes up against it.
Yeah.
But he has like I can't remember exactly the turn of phrase, and I'm sure we're gonna get there soon. But where he's like, life can be full of like dark things, but you need good things to smile at, otherwise you'll never shine, or something like that. And I was just like, man, that's real sweet. That's real good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aoyama. You're good. I've always thought he was a good comic relief kind of character, and someone at some point pointed out that like just about every frame he's in the background, he is always looking directly at the camera, which I think is great. I think that's just a fun bit. He is the fourth wall breaker kind of stuff. But this episode made me like him and want to see him talk more and do more things.
He's been a character who's had a couple of really strong moments throughout the series.
Yeah.
But this is the first time he actually kind of
beacon.
feels like a full-on character. Somebody who's more than just getting a moment. He's actually able to connect it to another character and have a friendship with them.
I'm definitely up for him talking more if he talks more in English, because that's just wonderful. Surprise!
Yeah, surprise.
Also, something that I do want to touch on, because this was a very small moment, but I really, really liked it. Back during the training, during PE, as it were, Bakugo walks past Deku.
Yeah,
and
that was real good too.
Yeah, and he asks him, "Hey, so have you gotten stronger?" And Midori's like, "Not at all." And fucking Bakugo,
You're supposed to get better than me.
Yeah, and I'm like, "God damn it, yes! This is
This
what
is
I
rivalry I want. It's
Yeah.
wholesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the relationship I want with them, where it's like we're not buddies, but I'm gonna be like, you think you're
But
better
they're
than
pushing
me?
each other.
Yeah, because Bakugo,
He's becoming a team player.
yeah, and moreover, he does want Deku to get stronger because that's gonna drive him to get stronger. And yes, I know, it's so good, it's so good.
It reads so much like he's hitting on him. It's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
When he uses the fucking laser and shoots it through the stone, it's like, pew.
It's like, hey, watch this.
Showed you mine, now show me yours.
Yeah, right. Also, a small other thing from earlier is when they're talking about Mount Lady and how she's part of a team with a couple other heroes, and of course our acid girl. Just forget her name, but I feel bad about that.
Ashido.
Ashido.
It's just acid.
Oh yeah, Ashido. Acid. Ashido says, "Oh yeah, you know, Uraraka, you can float me in the air, and then I'll shoot acid rain down on them."
Pour acid rain on them. Isn't
And
that cruel?
And then Kaminari and Mineta are like, "What about us? No, thank you."
No, we don't need you.
Yep.
Which,
yep.
that's how they should be treated.
I like Kaminari.
I-
Mineta, sure.
I
Kaminari.
like
If Kaminari
Kaminari.
would get away from Mineta.
He's a bad influence.
He is.
He's a bad egg.
Kaminari's
Stay away
great.
from him.
Kaminari's great when Mineta's nowhere near him.
It's true.
See, you guys, you're clearly taking the opposite route that I always did in school. You hang out with the delinquent to change them. You try and make them better.
We can never change them. We should learn this.
People never change. People are always shit for the rest of their lives. That's what he says.
You can't change other people.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
it's true.
Yeah, but you can be a catalyst.
But yeah. Also, I do like Kaminari.
I really like Kaminari, and I want him to get more. I hope he gets more
I wonder if he
screen
does
time
anything
stuff.
in the movie. Which, by the way, we will be seeing the movie later this month.
Yes.
That has been scheduled.
Yep, I got it dubbed. Is that okay?
That's how I prefer it, so I'm
Okay.
happy with that.
So we're gonna be watching it dubbed. We're seeing it on a Wednesday, which means we don't know when we'll do the review for it. We're gonna have a pretty busy week that week, so it might have to be the Monday after. But we are going to be seeing the movie. I'm very excited about it because everybody I know who has seen the movie has just talked it way up, and
Really?
they've also said that you need to see it in theaters.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
Have any of them-
that's great because the last one was kind of it was fine.
It was fine. Yeah, it was.
It had moments I
fine.
really liked.
Yeah, but it's very much it could have been a TV movie and it would
Yes.
have been just as good.
The-
with that.
yeah, there are some anime movies that I have rewatched. I can rewatch a good amount of the One Piece ones. Probably 6, and everything after Strong World. I mean Strong World and after, but
I think
I wouldn't rewatch the My Hero movie. Not unless somebody was like, "Oh, could you please watch this with me?"
I'm sure I rewatched plenty of the DBZ movies at some point when I just owned them on VHS. But I think as far as like actively watching and enjoying, the new Broly movie might be the like series anime movie that I've watched the most times because I think I've watched it 4 times.
Which
now.
one?
Super Broly.
Oh my God! I've watched Super Broly so many times. Unnecessary. I saw it 3 times in theaters. 3.
Yeah, I saw it twice in theaters, and I've shown it to 2 people independently of that.
Yeah,
So,
and so I've watched it twice at home.
Hope that was fun for the people watching. I finished it.
You've completed it. All right.
I
Do you
will
have any
say,
thoughts?
Scott, you were right about production. Those 2 episodes were weak, but looks like the next episode is gonna look great.
Yeah.
Like based on the preview, there's some fucking tight animation in that preview.
Yeah, I expected that was going to happen because, I mean, it's not like the movie only takes up a certain amount of time. And not to mention, these are the scenes that they actually give a shit about.
And yeah, I guess if they had to choose 1 or 2 episodes to not look great, I guess those 2 are the ones. And that might be why they stretched out that plot line, because they wanted the back half of that story to be animated nicer, and you have one production like for each episode. You can't split it up.
I do want to point out the overall direction in this episode and the animation.
Way better.
Yeah, I love.
The director is a huge part.
Well, like, and even the slice of life stuff at school, I thought was just framed better and moved so much better.
Like it's like, fuck, I want the whole season to be like this.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, like it
no
made
more
me realize
movies.
that it was technically an incredibly boring scene with them in math class, but I was like, I still liked how everything looked and how it flowed. And
direction and productions make so much of a different. Like
as a layman, I can go ahead and say it made a difference.
I bet you'll watch next episode.
Also,
before we do this.
yeah. Bet you'll actually set aside time to watch.
Yeah, because that was good. Even with you guys like talking over there.
So now that you've seen it, the scene at night
It's
is
so good. Honestly, it's executed so good. It's actually a little better than the manga, which I want the whole season to be like that.
Yeah, like just watching him get up and then seeing the cheese and the look in his eyes and the framing.
Well, and just like the jokes. Again, this is on direction. The jokes really land here in the way they didn't last episode.
Like I said, I think this was one of the first times that My Hero got a genuine laugh out of me when Aoyama just puts the cheese in his mouth, just like, surprise cheese!
I laughed multiple times just now, like watching it. So.
This was a good episode, and I'm glad we had that because last time I felt like we were really sour, and I was
really down on it.
I'm really happy with how it looks, and like if the next season, like please let there just be no movie, because I just want a good season, like a good full season of My Hero, because it can be one of the best shows on TV when the direction and the production is there.
Yeah.
This episode definitely reminded me of like, this is what I feel like when I'm really feeling good about My Hero. Is this. Like, just these kinds of episodes, the characters got to do stuff, I liked them, the kind of downtime at schools, like, and like in the dorms felt good, like it was all positive.
No, don't you
And I
dare.
liked
You
it a
get
lot.
that camera off me right now.
Well, it'll be on all of us.
Oh no, that's bad. That's a bad.
Now keep going, keep talking. Don't stop. What's
So,
wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the next episode, and especially the next part of the arc, because if I'm being honest with you, I loved this story.
Oh yeah,
like,
they did actually mention like everyone's been having a hard time lately, so they're gonna kind of give us a break with like a festival or something.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they mentioned it. They kind of.
And there's a little bit of Mina dancing. Is her name Mina?
The
Pinky.
Ashido.
Ashido Mina. Yeah.
Oh yeah, is it Ashido Mina?
Yeah. There's a little bit of her break dancing that's really well animated.
Yeah.
I am super excited about this because, like you've seen if you've seen the opening, they keep this is the part of the season that they're really focusing on in this opening, this whole festival arc, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's strange because the opening also omits a huge part of this arc, and I can't wait. I'm so glad. Like, I don't want to spoil too much, but the opening has actually kept out the most interesting part of the arc that's coming up.
Cool. That sounds good to me. I feel like if I had to guess vaguely what the arc is, and I know it's not, since they're clearly leaving stuff out, but the opening, from my indication, is that Earphone Jack has to put together a band or write a song or something and gets inspired by something. I don't know exactly what, but she's looking at her notebook and it's like, lights up in her eyes. So I feel like she gets inspired by something and goes, we gotta put on a show or do music. And that's,
I'm not going to confirm.
Yeah. And please don't. But that's the indication I'm getting from the opening is like, we have this festival we're gonna have. We're gonna invite Eri. It's gonna feel good. Everyone's gonna feel better about stuff. And at some point, Jiro is probably just gonna be like, and what better way than a concert? And I've got earphone jacks, so everything's gonna be loud.
Yeah,
so that's my power.
Yeah, like already just in the preview, like it looks like she's gonna have some pretty adorable moments.
Yeah, I know.
In this arc, she's adorable.
She's one of my favorite characters, to be completely honest.
I always loved her design.
Yes.
And this arc is like a time where she just gets to shine a little bit, and it makes her even more endearing.
So there is something I want to talk about real quick, and we cannot go too far into details. There was a controversy with My Hero Academia.
There was. Okay,
Yes.
I saw that in the chat, and I wasn't sure what was going on.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but there is a doctor character who is evil in the later season.
Yes.
Named Dr. Evil, and it's a whole copyright thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Does he have a mini?
huh? Oh, sorry. And the entire thing was his name, inadvertently, as far as the mangaka is concerned,
I think I might actually know about this.
is a reference to something heinous. Very, very,
never mind.
very bad.
I don't know it.
His name was Murata. Yeah, I think I can say it. Murata. And his name could be timed. Yeah, his name is essentially John War Crimes.
Oh, is
Yeah.
this like an Attack on Titan thing?
Sort of.
Like, not as overt as that.
Yeah.
Like, this one
Marita-
sounds
yeah.
inadvertent.
Marita. The thing was, the name. How do I put this?
Is this the doctor that showed up in the first episode saying Deku wasn't?
Deku doesn't have a quirk.
I mean, I feel like
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
If he was evil the whole time.
Anyway, so this character's name is basically Johnny War Crimes, Doctor Johnny War Crimes, because the name could be referenced back to when Japan did a bunch of really, really, really inhumane biological tests on a bunch of different people. It's
So like,
mostly
so like the Nazi experiments. So
Yeah.
it's like if someone names someone off of like
they're
that doctor.
they're really bad.
I'm Dr. Auschwitz. Hi.
Kind of, yeah.
So it is kind of like saying Dr. Evil.
Kind of. And so it was a really bad scene, and part of the problem is that Japan's kind of had a bad history with acknowledging the things that it did during wartime. And so there's still a lot of pain and struggle between South Korea and China over what's happened in the past.
Oh yeah, I know about all this stuff.
Yeah, and this is not me calling out Japan. By and large, like, I don't want to start any xenophobia here, but that has been a part of their history, and it's something that they're still dealing with today. And unfortunately,
And it's one of those things where it's kind of like the Armenian genocides, where like people they kind of like wanted to be acknowledged at all.
yeah,
And I know the Japanese government is not fond of acknowledging any of that happening.
yeah.
Because who wants to be like, yes, we did the war crimes.
So, okay, so I guess I'm curious. I know you said you didn't want to get too much into detail stuff. So what was the My Hero like, is it just because because this character's name was
His name
referencing to war crimes
references
essentially?
very specifically to the nickname they gave their test subjects.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The Marita.
Okay.
And yeah, it's really bad. Weirdly enough, somebody actually was able to give a full explanation of where the name actually probably came from if you took the whole name. It's actually, and here's the uncomfortable part. So, Horikoshi took it from somewhere less heinous but still gross. A porn gore comic artist, basically. Like, he was like, I'm going to reference this really, really adult thing that all by itself is just weird and dark, but isn't a reference to an actual person.
Yeah.
Or an actual horrible event.
And I'm going to
that
make him
happened in
this scary fiendy doctor.
Oh, that artist?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I
You-
feel
you-
like I've heard the name.
there's-
Like they might be kind of notorious.
Yeah, there's a full explanation of everything. So it's weird and it's gross, but it wasn't supposed to be immediately recognizable to anybody but adults in the manga industry. So,
But then it turned out.
but then it turns out that, oh no! It turned out that instead of just referencing something that only adults in the manga industry would get, I've referenced war crimes. Whoops!
Oopsie daisy.
And here's the unfortunate part. As a Japanese citizen, he might not actually know too much about that stuff because, again, as I said, the
Japan's
government's
not a fan
not-
of talking about
not
it.
a fan of talking about it. So, yeah, it's
Horikoshi
really
was just trying to reference his favorite porn, and little did he know he was taking a big old foot and putting it in
Fucking-
his historical mouth.
fucking Horikoshi. I like that that's the name for Horikoshi whenever he gets horny on me with his manga. Because it happens.
Yeah, it does.
Oh man, Rabbit Girl. She's in the ending, and oh boy, she just showed up in a recent chapter and sporting, man. She's a damn. But yeah, Horikoshi, yeah, needs to be careful about that. So yeah, as it turns out, definitely accidentally. It seems.
So
reference-
this is not a Pixis situation.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But it is definitely really uncomfortable for people, especially Chinese, where the manga is now banned.
Okay.
And
The whole manga.
the manga is banned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's China, but it's not like they aren't. That government isn't perpetuating its own war crimes currently at this very moment.
I
mean,
don't.
so-
No. That's not
The
good.
government. I'm not talking about people.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. I really don't want to like.
No, we don't have to go into it.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of problems all over the world. So. But,
Hey, man, sometimes bad people are doing bad things in powerful places.
Yeah. But yeah. It's
But cartoons.
Yeah, cartoons. Now that we've talked about some really, really dark shit, let's pull that back a little bit. Yeah. So this was a good episode of My Hero Academia.
Stefan, you didn't really get to weigh in. How and I know you know more because of manga stuff, but like anything from this episode that like really stuck out as far as like character stuff or things you really liked. Like I know animation and framing and stuff was a lot, and directing was better, but like I was gushing over the Endeavor stuff and Bakugo stuff being clearly showing some development from their past terrible selves.
I liked that. I liked them showing Yaoruzu like outshining Deku
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the maths, as the non-Americans call it.
The maths. Yes.
Maths.
And fucking, you have my bird boy over there. Like, this is truly a question.
Yeah,
of
in the
darkness.
He's like a Kingdom Hearts character.
He really is.
Yeah.
But like honestly, like you guys talked about a lot of it. I piped in when I had something to say. There's not a whole lot to talk about this episode. Like it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good time. Good
Yeah.
episode. I truly am happy to see this episode after last week where we got a little bit.
We were a little negative.
Yeah, a little. I don't like being negative with this. I love. Yeah.
But I want to be honest. More importantly, I don't want to be dishonest.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I would never want to treat something like, lie or try and be nicer than we need to. We should always criticize accurately. It just makes me happy when I don't have to.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that was it. I think that's the episode for today. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
We probably would do our usual thing where we talk a whole bunch, but I actually have some plans tonight. So
Yeah.
then we got started a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was fun. Thank you all so much. And yeah, we'll be back next Monday for another episode.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
We have that thing right there.
Oh yeah.
Can we go to standby on that? We can.
And I just. All right.
Hey!
Mics are off.
Cool.
Yeah, did the thing again.
do that.
See you next week, Kaiser Grant, Guy 3.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. You've been here for so long, it's impossible. Oh, Mike's
I'm
are
still
still alive. Yay!
We are being shitty. So, we're not talking behind their backs like we usually do.
Wait,
Damn.
are our mics off actually now?
Our mics are